All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it over, I guess. That's fine with me. Just give me 1 second. I don't know what that was about, but I don't know what that was about. But I'm gonna just keep moving because that's what I do, right? So just give me a second. I'm gonna copy these notes. I'm gonna put them over here, and that's how we're gonna move forward. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say everything I said already again. All right, so this is what's happening. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. I appreciate it. Thanks for rocking with me and giving me all your patience. I have had a pretty busy week with my family this past week or so. So I haven't been on here, and appreciate your patience. So today I'm going to go ahead and get started on a collective reading. I felt like I should do this last night, but I fell asleep. And so first thing when I woke up this morning, spirits in my back like, do a reading, do a reading, do a reading, do a reading. There's going to be, I feel like with this Mercury retrograde coming up, we have the pre-shadow starting on March 19th. So the Mercury retrograde pre-shadow starts March 19th. The Mercury retrograde itself starts April 1st. It ends on April 25th. Yeah, ends on April 25th. And then the post-shadow ends on May 13th. I feel like with this retrograde, it's about a lot of illusions, right? And a lot of things that we need to be honest with ourselves about, especially as it relates to our hard work and our discipline, self-discipline especially, okay? Our ability to lead within ourselves, our ability to self-govern, okay? Our ability to control our emotions in order to reach our goals, okay? I feel like it talks to a lot of these things. So guys, I'm playing 111 hertz binaural beats. If you want the link to the music that I'm playing right now, is going to be under my playlist on this channel under sleep sounds. You can go ahead and check those out. There's also sleep affirmations that you can listen to on that playlist as well. If you are interested in any of the decks that I use on this channel, look, this is the Moon card, the Six of Wands, and the Three of Cups with the Six of Swords, and the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is just, let me get into this. So the decks that I use in this channel, there are flip throughs. There's also a flip through playlist, so you can check out the flip throughs. And on the flip through playlist, in the description of those videos, is if you like the cards, you can use the link to go ahead and find where I purchased the cards. Okay. Also, if you like the cards and you don't want to see the flip through, the link to my Amazon storefront is in the description. Okay, that's that. So that's where you can find the cards. That's where you can find the music that I'm playing. I'm not gatekeeping. All that information is in the description. Just go ahead and take a look. All right. So for this next month, I'm going to say, between now and the middle of April, I feel like there's an energy of celebration, right? A lot of people are going to be celebrating and moving forward into a new understanding of like mental clarity. Like things are going to become extremely clear. And again, this is Aquarius energy, Cancer energy, Pisces energy, and then Leo is mixed in here too. So, what actionable steps are you taking to reach your goal? How are you holding yourself responsible for your own goals? And what plans do you have in order to get there? I feel like moving forward, There are some things that need to be left behind. There are some things that need to be changed. There's a transition going on here as a result of some sort of truth within yourself, ability to be honest with yourself, the ability to be direct with yourself, the ability to self-reflect a little bit through this retrograde energy. I also feel like for a lot of people, travel will be inevitable. Like travel, I feel like patience, learning patience through travel will be a major point. It's so crazy. Like learning patience through learning to go with the flow, learning to allow things to be, all right? And that relates directly to having self-control. Once you realize that things outside of you are not within your control, you realize that you need to control yourself and how you see the situation and how you handle your emotions, right, in order to get to your goal. And I feel like through traveling through Mercury retrograde definitely teaches you that. It teaches you that, hey, some things are just not within your control, and you there, so therefore you have to manage your emotions accordingly. How do you respond to things that are outside of your comfort zone? When you lose all control of things that are happening outside of you, which is really the illusion itself, right? It's an illusion of control. God is in control. You never had control to begin with. And I feel like this is what some people are realizing, that they actually never ever had control. They only thought they did. And little things like, you know, a traffic jam, like you leave the house an hour early to get somewhere, and a traffic jam happens and you still end up being 30 minutes late, but you left the hour early. It's stuff like that. It's just like, it's crazy, where it's like God is in control. Maybe you still get there, right? You leave an hour early, you end up 30 minutes late. When you get there, you realize that something happened 15 minutes before you got there, and you're completely clear of this thing because you arrived late, even though you left early. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything, like domino effects into God's plan, because God is in control, not this person or that person, regardless of how they think they are, or whatever they tell themselves. There's also an energy of Virgo here. The number 6 shows up twice. 6-6. So it's like your everyday life, your everyday pattern. Something is being changed here within somebody's everyday life. And I feel like the revelations that come as a result of this, the revelations that come as a result of whatever clarity is being given throughout this Mercury retrograde has a long-term effect. Something like a worldview, like saying somebody changes the way they see. It's like their whole entire paradigm is shifted. They change the way that they see things moving forward. 822 is on the clock here. 822 is on the clock. And what true abundance is, where to find your happiness, how to build better relationships, how to build your happiness coming from the inside, right? Because like I said, certain things will teach you to learn how to control how you feel. If you can't control the situation, you can control how you respond to it. And creating true happiness comes from inside. So whereas though you decide, I'm going to be happy regardless of the circumstances that are around me, because this happiness comes from me. It doesn't come from my circumstances. It doesn't come from this person or that person behaving this way or that way. It comes from genuinely how I feel, or how I feel about life, or how I choose to perceive things. No gaslighty type of time. That's just being for real. Like it's really how you choose. It's within your control. That is what is within your control. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are coming to realize. Like they are responsible for their emotions. They are responsible for their reactions to things. They are responsible for their choices that ultimately like lead to their. Okay, you choose how you feel. You choose how you feel. You choose your destiny. You choose how you decide to move forward. There are some things that you do choose. There are certain things that are within your free will, but then there are certain things that are completely without, like outside of you. And just kind of learning that balance, that some things are a mystery. Some things are outside of your control, but with the things that are within your control, what is it? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Selah, okay? Selah. This is the wisdom to know the difference. That's what this transit is bringing in here. It's waking a lot of people up to the truth of what they can and cannot control, and their maybe lack of control. Their maybe misplacing, I'll say, of certain areas of focus, and then refocusing those things. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Yeah, and getting out of this mental prison. Self-imposed restrictions. Entrapment, victim mentality, yes. Certain perils are self-imposed by what it is that you're trying to control, and what it is that you have felt like you had no control over. I feel like somebody's able to actually gain a lot of personal power by putting their focus in the right things. I feel like this is an energy of some people realizing that they have a God complex while also realizing that they have a victim complex. You can't do both. But that comes as a result of putting their energy into the wrong things. Some things you can control, some things you can't control. And this is the wisdom to, this is the part where it's like the wisdom to know the difference. So I feel like a lot of this is discernment. I mean, ultimately, isn't that always what it is during Mercury retrograde? Having more discernment, having more self-reflection, having more introspection to be able to see what's going on in your inner world and how to heal and become a better person. All right, y'all. If you want a reading, that information is in the description. Go ahead and reach out to me. My number is 609-200-6176. If you want to shoot me a text message, go ahead and text me. Do not call that number, please. Spell work is available. You can go ahead and book your spell work through the website as well. All of that is also in the description. Go ahead and check all of that out. Until next time, guys. I may be on later, I may not, but peace and vibrate high.